here with Elissa, and Elissa, we're going to do the creative part where we're going to make a beautiful make and take, right, for Mother's Day?
Yes. So for Mother's Day, we're doing a make and take class on May 13th from 3 to 5. And with that, we're also including the Mother's Day signature espresso drink. And also we're going to have Union in Maine here, who is going to be doing the semi-permanent jewelry. So you can like get a matching charm bracelet with your mom,
nice.
Make your arrangements together, gift them to one another, and just have a really nice
beautiful
mother-daughter,
day.
even friend evening.
Yeah, that's a beautiful day. That sounds great. All right, so you're going to show us how to make a very pretty arrangement. So where do we start?
So the first place we're going to start is with greening. So here we have lemon leaf, which is a nice rich color green, and it has a lot of different size leaves. You have some that have a lot, some that have a little, and it has a very good structure to it.
Okay.
So basically we're going to take these and start building our shape. The ones that will have a little less, you're going to want to cut, and you're going to want to place them in at an angle. And then once you have greens that have a little more length to them, you're going to want to take those, and that's where you're going to get your angles. So if you want it up in the air, if you want it down, that's really up to you.
Okay.
And then once you have your base shape in, you do want to add a little bit into the center because we don't want to see the foam once the arrangement is done. But we also don't want to go too heavy because we still want room for the flowers. And we can always go back in at the end and fill in a little more where we need to.
Gotcha.
All right, so the first flower we're going to start with is this pink alstroemeria.
All right.
And these are a really nice multi-headed flower. They take up a good amount of real estate. Even though they don't have the scent, they are a part of the lily family.
Oh, okay.
These you're going to want to cut at a little bit of an angle. And I'm going to use one in the front, and I'm going to use one in the back.
All right.
Because then your arrangement isn't one-sided, and then you're able to use it as a table centerpiece. All right, and then next we're going to go in with our roses. These are actually a standard rose, but they resemble the look of a garden rose. They have a very high petal count.
These roses.
They're called a sweet expression rose. And these are going to be the same concept. We want to cut them on an angle. If you want one of them a little more in, one a little taller, just so you have some of that nice, pretty, rich pink in the center, and then some towards like the top of your arrangement. And the cool thing about roses is when they come in, they all come in with what they call a protector petal.
Oh.
So you can pluck them from the rose. They're there to protect the rose from damage, and it's not going to damage it. You just pluck it off, as many as you need. Okay, so next we are going to go in with our tulips. So I have two different shades of a pink tulip. One that's just a softer pink, and then one that has a little richer of that hot pink to go with our color palette.
It looks like variegated a little bit too, doesn't it?
Yeah, a really cool trick that you can do with tulips. You can also do it with roses. It's called reflexing. And what you're going to do is you're going to very gently take the outermost petal and flip it inside out. You're going to start at the bottom and kind of roll towards the top.
Oh, wow.
You want to be gentle so you're not breaking the petal. And since this is a standard tulip, I typically just do the outer three.
Okay.
And these are what we're going to use for our length.
Wow, this really gives it a completely different
look. It does.
look,
It changes
doesn't
the
it?
look. So again, we want to cut on an angle. And then these you can feel it has a softer stem.
Yeah.
So we want to be careful putting it into the foam. So we're going to put our fingers as close as we can to the base of the stem.
All right.
And just gently guide it in the foam. So now we're going to move on to one of our other favorite spring flowers, the hyacinth. And these again do have a bit of a spongier stem, so we do want to be careful as we're putting them into the foam. And when I made the original arrangement, I chose to use these a little more in the center just to help break up that really rich pink.
Yeah.
But if you'd rather keep the concentration and just keep it softer on the outside, that's also fine. Next, we're going to move on to our coral ranunculus. And these are a gorgeous, romantic looking flower.
Look at the
very
perfection.
Springy. And these do have a little bit of a sturdier stem, but I would still treat them as if they had a delicate stem because they are a more delicate flower. So for our last focal flower, before we get into our accent flower, is going to be a very light peach colored carnation.
Ooh, nice.
And I always say carnations are making a comeback. They are no longer dated, or they have so many interesting colors. And then a trick you can do if you're like, I'm still not a carnation person, we can manipulate a carnation.
Oh, nice.
And we can just pull gently back a little bit. the thicker green petals underneath. And then you're gonna gently push open the inside, and then you can take your 2 fingers and pinch and pull the center. And then you fluff it a little more, and it completely changes the shape to it, because then it almost then resembles like a rose.
It does.
Isn't it cool?
That is so awesome.
And then since these have a larger head, you could look to see where you still need a little more coverage, color, flower-wise, and use it there. All right, so then lastly, we're gonna go in with our accent flower.
All right.
You really wanna concentrate on having different textures within your arrangement. And now we're gonna go in with like a smaller but softer and more gardeny texture of this rice flower. And then these you're just gonna use to kind of help fill in your holes. And these you can just pull whatever extra little leaves you have, just strip them right down. It's not going to damage the flower. So now that we have all of our flowers are in, now is the time you look at it, you spin it around, you can bend down and look at the underside and make sure that you have your foam covered.
Yeah. I know that so many people are going to want to sign up for the Mother's Day Make and Take, so why don't you give us the info?
Okay, so it will be on May 13th from 3 to 5. If you're interested, you can stop in and sign up in person. We're at 447 Market Street in Kingston. You can call us at 570-331-3333, or you can also put an order through to reserve your spot at matterns.com.
I want to wish all of the moms a very happy Mother's Day, and a happy Mother's Day to you too as well.
Thank you, you too.
Take care. Thank you.